Okay, welcome back. This was in the house. This was in the live stream, but unfortunately, my live stream got cut off. I read till chapter number 8. So let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 9. Sorry, just for the inconvenience of because of my stream got cut off because of the internet issues. But yeah, I'm back again. Hopefully, the stream doesn't get cut off. Thanks, Jess, for coming in. Jess is here, and unfortunately, my internet was cut off. But it's back again, so that's why I did a new stream. Thank you, Jess, for coming in. How was your day? Today is Monday. You said you got 4 days of work in a week. So today is your the first day of the week, first day of work in your week. So how's everything going there? Hope you have a good day. A lot of political things happening in the world too. Venezuela president or one of the politicians is being like captured and is today is going to be in the court. So big world politics are happening. A lot of them are staged, but yeah, it's going very bad. So okay, Jess says it's great. Okay, thanks Jess for replying. Hope you have a great day. And thanks for coming in and listening to the Bible. Let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 9. Hear, O Israel, you are to cross over the Jordan today and go into the dispossessed nation, greater and mightier than yourself, cities greater and fortified up to heaven, a people great and tall, the descendants of Anak, whom you know, of whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the descendants of Anak? Therefore understand today that the Lord your God is he who goes over before you as the consuming fire. He will destroy them and bring them down before you. So you shall drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord has said to you. Do not think in your heart after the Lord your God has cast them out before you, saying, because of my righteousness the Lord has brought me into the possession of this land. But it is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out before you. It is not because of your righteousness or uprightness of your heart that you go into the possession in the land, but because of the wickedness of the nation, the Lord your God drives them out from before you, and that ye may fulfill the word which the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Therefore, understand that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are stiff necked people. Remember, do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to wrath in the wilderness. For the day that you departed from the land of Egypt until you came to this place, you have been a rebellious against the Lord. Also, also in Orab, you provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry enough with you to have destroyed you. When I went up into the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, tablets of covenant which the Lord made with you, then I stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I neither ate bread nor drank water. Then the Lord delivered to me 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of God, and on them were all the words which the Lord has spoken to you on the mountain from the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days and 40 nights, the Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant. Then the Lord said to me, arise, go down quickly from here, for you people whom you brought out of Egypt have acted corruptly. They have quickly turned aside from the way which I commanded them. They made themselves a molten image. Therefore the Lord spoke to me, saying, I have seen this people, and indeed they are stiff necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. I will make of your nations mightier and greater than they. So I turned and calmed down. I came down from the mountain. The mountain burned with fire, and the 2 tablets of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, you had sinned against the Lord your God. had made for yourself a molten calf. You have turned aside quickly from the way which the Lord had commanded you. Then I took the two tablets and threw them out of my two hands, and broke them before your eyes, and I fell down before the Lord as at the first 40 days and 40 nights. I neither ate bread nor drank water, because of all your sin which you have committed in doing wickedly in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure with which the Lord was angry with you, to destroy you. But the Lord listened to me at that time also. The Lord was very angry with Aaron and would have destroyed him. So I prayed for Aaron also at the same time. Then I took your sin, the calf which you made, and burned it with fire, and crushed it, and ground it very small, until it was as fine as dust, and I threw its dust into the brook that descended from the mountains. Also at Tabira and Mashse and Kimroth and Atwa, you provoked the Lord to wrath. Likewise, when the Lord sent you Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and possess the land which I give to you, then you rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God, and you did not believe him nor obey his voice. You were rebellious against the Lord from the day that I knew you. Thus I prostrate myself before the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. I kept prostrating myself, because the Lord has said he would destroy you. Therefore I prayed to the Lord and said, O Lord God, do not destroy your people and your inheritance, whom you have redeemed through your greatness, whom you have brought out of the Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember your servant Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Do not look on the stubbornness of these people, or on the wickedness of their sin, lest the land from which you brought us should say, Because the Lord was not able to bring them to the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he has brought them out to kill them in the wilderness. Yet they are your people and your inheritance, whom you brought out by your mighty power and by your outstretched arm. Interesting chapter. And let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 10. Actually, this is a very interesting chapter, because God is giving the land. I was thinking, why is somebody is living in the land, and why are the Israel people destroying their cities, their land, and why is God allowing it? But then Deuteronomy says they are all wicked people. They are trying to do sin. They're dying to uh, do harlotry, and all the other sinful behaviors were presented in the lands, and that's why Israel people go inside and destroy them. And they're saying, and God is saying, don't think like because of your righteousness God is giving you. You already a stiff-necked people. So very interesting chapter. Actually, I got an answer. So Deuteronomy 9, it's definitely a important chapter. So Deuteronomy chapter 10. At that time the Lord said to me, How for yourself two tablets of stone like the first, and come up to me on the mountains, and make yourself an ark of wood. And I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke, and you shall put them in the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood, heaved two tablets of stone like the first, and went up to the mountain, having the two tablets in my hand. And he wrote on the tablets, according to the first writings, the 10 commandments which the Lord had spoken to you in the mountain from the midst of fire, the day of the assembly. The Lord gave them to me. Then I turned and came down from the mountain, and put the tablets in the ark which I have made. And there they are, just as the Lord commanded me. Now the children of Israel journeyed from wells of Ben Jacan to Moshira, where Aaron died, and where he was buried, and Elzar his son ministered as a priest in his in, in his stead. From there they journeyed to Succoth, and from Judcoat to Jotbath, a land of rivers of water. At that time the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister to him, and to bless his name to this day. Therefore Levi has no portion, no inheritance with his brethren. The Lord is his inheritance, just as the Lord your God promised him. As at the first time I stayed in the mountain 40 days and 40 nights, the Lord also heard me at that time. The Lord chose not to destroy you. And the Lord said to me, Arise, begin your journey before the people, that they might go in and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God require of you? But to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, to serve your Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command you today for your good. Indeed, heaven and the highest heavens belong to the Lord your God, also the earth with all that is in it. The Lord delights on in your fathers to love them, and he chooses his descendants after them, you above all people, as it is in this day. Therefore circumcise the foreskin of your heart, and be still necked no longer. For the Lord your God is God of gods and the Lord of lords, the great God, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality nor takes a bride. He administers justice for fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and clothing. Therefore love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall fear the Lord your God, and you shall serve him, and to him you shall hold fast and take oaths in his name. He is your praise, and he is your God, who has done for you these great and awesome things which your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Egypt with you, 70 persons, and now the Lord your God has made you as the stars of heaven in multitude. Deuteronomy chapter 10 is completed. Let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. I have to keep checking the internet because I don't know. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes the internet gets just it comes to zero KB. But now it's good, so that's why I'm keep on checking. So let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Therefore, you shall love the Lord your God and keep his charge, his statutes, his judgment, and his commandments always. Know today that I do not speak with your children who have not known and who have not seen the chastening of your Lord your God, his greatness and his mighty hand and his outstretched arm, his signs and his acts which he did in the midst of Egypt to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to all his land, what he did to the army of Egypt, to their horses and their chariots, how he made the waters of the Red Sea overflow them as they pursue you, and how the Lord has destroyed them to this day, what he did for you in the wilderness until you came into this place, and what he did to Dathan and Abraham, the sons of Eliab, the sons of Reuben, how the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them, their households, their tents, and all the substance that was in the possession in the midst of all Israel. But your eyes have seen every great act of the Lord which he did. Therefore you shall keep your every commandment which I command you today, that you may be strong and go in and possess the land which you cross over to possess, and that you may prolong your days in the land which the Lord swore to give your fathers to them and their descendants, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land which you go to possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come, where you sowed your seed and watered it by food and a vegetable garden. But the land which you cross over to possess is the land of hills and valleys, which drinks water from the rain of heaven, a land in which the Lord your God cares. The eyes of the Lord your God are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the every end of the year. And it shall be that if you earnestly obey my commandment which I command you today, to love the Lord your God and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, then I will give you the rain of your land in its season, the early rain and the later rain, that you may gather in your grain and new wine and your oil. And I will send grass in your fields for your livestock, that you may eat and be filled. Take heed to yourself, lest your heart be deceived, and you turn aside and serve other gods and worship them, lest the Lord's anger be aroused against you, and he shut up the heavens, so that there may be no rain, and the land yield no produce, and you perish quickly. from the good land which the Lord is giving you. Therefore, you shall lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul, and bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be a frontlets between your eyes. You shall teach them to your children, speaking of them when you sit in your house, when you sit in your house, sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up, and you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates, that your days and the days of your children may be multiplied in the land of which the Lord swore to your fathers to give them, like the days of heavens above the earth. For if you carefully keep all these commandments which I command you to do, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, and to hold fast to him, then the Lord will drive out all these nations from you before you, and he will dispose greater and mighty nations than yourself. Every place on which the sole of your foot treads shall be yours, from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river and river Euphrates, even in the western sea, shall be your territory. No man shall be able to stand against you. The Lord your God will put the dread on you and the fear of you upon all the land where you tread, just as he has said to you. Behold, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, and the curse if you do not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside from the way which I command you today to go after other gods which you have not known. Now it shall be, when the Lord your God has brought you into the land which you go to possess, that you shall put the blessings on Mount Gerizim and the curse on Mount Ebal. Are they not on the other side of the Jordan, towards the setting sun, in the land of Canaanites who dwell in the plain opposite Gilgal, besides the Jerbid trees of Morah? For you will cross over the Jordan, and in the possession the land which the Lord your God is giving you, and you will possess it and dwell in it. And you shall be careful to observe all my statutes and judgment which I set before you today. Chapter number 11 is completed. So the final chapter for today is Deuteronomy chapter 12. Deuteronomy chapter 12, and that will be the end of the stream. Thanks, Jess, for coming in. I hope you have a great day. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12. These are the statutes and judgments which you shall be careful to observe in the land which the Lord God of your fathers is giving you, to possess all the days that you live on the earth. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations which you shall dispose serve their gods, on the high mountains, or on the hills, or under every green tree. And you shall destroy their altars, break their sacred pillars, and burn their wooden images with fire. You shall cut down the carved images of the gods and destroy their names from their place. You shall not worship the Lord your God with such things, but you shall seek the place where the Lord your God chooses out of all your tribes to put his name from his dwelling place, and there shall you go, and there you shall take your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithe, the heave offering of your hand, your wool offering, your freewill offering, and the firstborn of your herds and flocks. And there you shall eat before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice in all which you have put your hand, you and your household in which the Lord your God hath blessed you. You shall not at all do as we are doing here today, every man doing whatever is right in his own eyes, for as yet you have not come to rest, and the inheritance which the Lord your God is giving you. But when you cross over the Jordan and dwell in the land which the Lord your God is giving you to inherit, and he gives you rest from all your enemies round about, so that you dwell in safety, then there will be a place where the Lord your God chooses to make his name abide. There you shall bring all that I command you, your burnt offering, your sacrifice, your tithes, your heave offering of your hand, and all your choice offering which you vow to the Lord. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, and you and your sons and your daughters, your male and your female servants, and the Levite who is within your gates, since he has no portion nor inheritance with you. Take heed to yourself that Okay, stream is back, so I don't need to create a new stream. Okay, I read till verse number 17. Let me go to verse 18. But you must eat them before the Lord your God in the places which the Lord your God chooses, you and your daughters, your male and your female servants, and the Levite who is within your gate, and you shall rejoice before the Lord your God in all to which you put your hands. Take heed to yourself that you do not forsake the Levite as long as you live in your land. When the Lord your God enlarges your border, as he promises you, and you say, let me eat meat, because you long to eat meat, you may eat as much meat as your heart desires. If the place where the Lord your God chooses to put his name is too far from you, then you may slaughter from your herd and from your flock which the Lord has given you, just as I commanded you, and you may eat within your gates as much as your heart desires, just as a gazelle and a deer are eaten. So you may eat them, the unclean and the clean alike may eat them. Only be sure that you do not eat the blood, for the blood is life. You may not eat the life with the meat. You shall not eat it. You shall pour it on the earth like water. You shall not eat of it, that you may go well, and you and your children after you, when you do what is right in the sight of the Lord. Only the holy things which you have and your war offering you shall take and go to the place which the Lord chooses. And you shall offer your burnt offering, the meat and the blood, on the altar of the Lord your God. And the blood of your sacrifice shall be poured out on the altar of the Lord your God, and you shall eat the meat. Observe and obey all these words which I command you, that it may go well with you and your children after you forever, when you do what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God. When the Lord your God cuts off from you before your nations which you go to dispose, and you displace them and dwell in their land, take heed yourself that you are not enslaved to follow them after they are destroyed from before you, and that you do not inquire about their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? I also will do likewise. You shall not worship the Lord your God in their way, for every abomination to the Lord which he hates they have done to their gods, for they burn even their sons and daughters in the fire to their gods. Whatever I command you, be careful to observe it. You shall not add to it nor take away from it. Interesting Bible verses. Deuteronomy chapter 12. Actually, in my place, in my country, there are almost like millions of gods. Billion, I'm saying not one or two, millions of gods. And the Old Testament Deuteronomy is saying, don't even try to like copy them, or don't even try to like inquire about their gods and try to follow them, because what the pagan rituals were done, the same thing is happening in my place, in my country. Millions of gods are there, and they pour milk, they pour sandalwoods, they pour all the food items to the idol. So the same practice is done even today in my place. So when I read this chapter, it's almost like it's reflecting in my lifetime. So it's an interesting chapter. So I've completed Deuteronomy chapter 7 to 12, and maybe I may do on the stream. Maybe there are 32 chapters in Deuteronomy, so I've completed 12, and still I got 20 more chapters. Maybe I may do on the stream if possible, in a few hours. And if I complete Deuteronomy, that will be the end of the books of Torah, the 5 books Torah. I already completed Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, and hopefully I can complete it within this week. Maybe in 2 days. I don't know, but definitely within this week I may able to complete. So thank you once again for coming in the live stream, Jess. Have a great day. So today you got your work. So today is the first day of the week, and it will be busy schedule for you. Hope you have a great day. Hope your work goes smooth, and also pray for brother Andy. Andy told me like today he's joining a new job, and hope you have a great workplace. The atmosphere, everything fits him, suits him, and pray for him as well. He's searching for a partner. Hopefully he finds the partner which God chooses him. So pray for him too. So thank you once again. Let me see you in another live stream. Thanks once again. Blessings of God be with you all. Peace.